All right, got my shit. All right, welcome everybody to the KQ show, the Superb Owl edition. That's Super Bowl. I was just bringing up. I don't know if anybody remembers, but it was about it's like 11 or 12 years ago. It was when autocorrected finally came on all the phones, and every time you type Super Bowl, it'd be like Superb Owl. So like the whole Super is when Kaepernick was in there, so we just kept calling him the Superb Owl.
So what was that, like 2012?
He's like 11 or 12. I remember he was when when lights went out.
Yeah.
Fun fact! I pulled a card earlier.
Natron Meats. I noticed it without even saying the name.
Dude, I was pulling.
You know, I know I'm gay.
I would only you and maybe Wizzy, the only two people that I know that would be able to say
that is awesome.
I just came in a pack and I go, shut up. At first I saw the first name, it was backwards. I was like, there's no one. I go, this fucking Natron Means. Like never in my life. I was like, I don't even have any Natron meme cards. Oh, for sure.
Football name.
All right, so basically, we're gonna kind of go over a little agenda here. I know you have so many notes. So
here's the thing. Like, this is such like a unique, like, one-offs, obviously, and you're scattered all over the place. So like, I had to write stuff down because this would have not ended well.
Yeah. So to give you that kind of the setup is. As far as everybody that hasn't watched before, Rhett is extremely knowledgeable in all sports. But when it comes to football, he picks apart stuff. He makes it explains it in a way that's pretty cool. Like when it comes to gambling, obviously gambling's legal now, so we do a lot of talk about gambling and stuff like that. And some of the stuff he's kind of showed me has really helped. But first off, we're gonna kind of talk about just the first off, Super Bowl predictions. Then we'll kind of get into to gambling picks and kind of just picking your brain on what are some different things. Dive into, like, I know you kind of explain. Like the ladder kind of that you did before.
Oh, yeah.
But first off, just to get this kicked off, and we kind of mentioned it before.
Yeah.
So, and I've done this before on my show, I think, before, but I didn't dive in. So, it's basically, it's a battle, team battle against each other based on mascots or the team name. So, like it'd be Chicago Bears. They don't necessarily have a mascot or whatever. But basically, so break it down. So we'll go around. So who's like, what was the startle?
Okay, so you kind of have to go, like, so you also have to quantify some of these things. So, like, are the New Orleans Saints, like, godlike?
So that's what, so that's what I say.
Because that's a wild card to me. And then the two are the Giants and the Titans, right?
No. So I'm glad you brought that up. The Giants just mean that's just what they used to call oh man, I remember it was something dumb. It was something I didn't even put in here.
So are we taking it literal?
Yeah,
we are.
Or
for the meaning. Like, what the hell is a brown? Am I gonna drop a steamy on your chest?
I thought Browns was like the people that live in the area or whatever. That's how they got their team name, which is so dumb.
We're gonna gentrify Cleveland,
dude. I literally. So here's my thing. When you said Titans, like I think I don't remember. Maybe it was Justin. We had
so
on
they're
the
godlike, right?
No. Let me just tell you why they're the Titans.
Well, they would have been the Oilers.
Right, but Nashville is known as the Athens of the South.
What?
Literally, I did because before I used to always say Titans. Hands down, Titans are godlike. They're gods up there, whatever.
Okay, so
like,
you can't go down that route.
So no, but literally, so I was like, a Titan is that's it. So I was like, a Titan is like how they did. If they would have said we got our name because of our
because we just went with the mythical side of things.
Yeah, then so I used to always think that was the winner, and the Giants too. But the Giants were just the.
Because of the buildings?
I don't remember, something very bland.
So I brought this up with my wife, and then I was like, well, what about the Jets? Like, they can just drop a nuke on your ass, and then you're or whatever, even though they're aerial. Like, if it is a jet,
is that what it meant though?
I don't think so. I think it's just a lot of planes going on to JFK.
I didn't dive in. Yeah, I didn't dive into that. I didn't think. I just thought the jet was like a jet can't be.
No,
is it a person? I mean, but then it would be pilots. Yeah, true. So I guess there is, because I didn't think about the Jets.
So here's I think what you can rule out. You can rule out the Ravens, Cardinals, and Eagles.
Animals are gone.
Yes. Maybe if you had a team of Bears, but I doubt.
You can't say team of Bears. It's got to be one Bear.
So yes,
because honestly, I think a safe like a Bengal.
And I don't know what the hell a Seahawk is.
Bird. It's a bird.
Yeah, exactly. If the Dolphins could just play home games, because you're not going to win in the water with them.
But you're talking about like a fight?
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like a double.
I'm saying they're going to lose.
Yeah,
the only way they have great home field advantage. Great home field advantage because they can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I think of breathing in water. But I think
so. How are we quantifying a Texan? Because those people are fucking nuts.
Let me. We're rolling right along.
Yes.
Because here's and
they're bilingual.
First off, I go, Titans, mighty gods of the sky? Nope, they just end up being the Athens of the South because they have an abundance of colleges. So knowledge. They literally called it the Athens of the South.
Vanderbilt?
And because the Greek shipbuilding is downtown.
Is this like self-named?
Yeah, they named. That's why they named themselves. So that's what I was thinking. Hey, let's roll with the Chargers, right? Big ass.
No, that's what I said. So I thought about this. How do you fight lightning?
No. They called them that. I was like, lightning bolt, electric charge monster. How do you fight that? No. They just called that because the fans were yelling charge one time, so they were Chargers. I was like,
then
just
but then they have a lightning bolt logo.
Because it's a way to describe charge.
Okay.
See, that's where I
do know why the Packers are called the Packers. Because I was in Lambeau and I did the tour. So Curly Lambeau, ironically, went to Notre Dame. Played for Newt Rockne. Got sick. And back then you got the flu. You were like out for a semester. It was like COVID in 1930. So,
like a black plague.
It was. You're getting your affairs in order if you got the flu in 1930.
Yeah, baby, listen.
Yeah, exactly. It was like dysentery.
I'm not going to make it to my life expectancy of 37.
Yeah, so anyway, he went back to Green Bay, and he still liked to play football, but he was out for the semester, and he started working in a meatpacking plant. And they were like the first, if you ever go to Lambeau, it's pretty much Notre Dame Stadium. It's modeled after, because he played at Notre Dame.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And he basically, the first investors were the meat. I can't remember the name of the company, but it was the meatpacking plant that he worked at, or that used money to do it.
Yeah.
The Packers. So they ain't winning shit. And
Nope.
The Packers aren't. Vikings are interesting.
So here's So I think the Vikings, Buccaneers, Raiders, and Cowboys are runner-ups. I think that the Commanders though could beat them all.
Okay. What if we go to the old school Redskins?
So here's a Cowboy. Any day of the week could take a gun.
True.
Same thing with Commanders.
So how are we quantifying a Texan? Is that a Cowboy?
We're not that. Here's the. Or not that. That's they're in my top echelon. Yeah, they have to be.
So a Texan on meth, I feel like wins all of this.
A Texas is anyone living in Texas. I think the only people that the top tier. Okay, I say so. Animals are gone. Chargers, Titans are gone. The Vikings, Buccaneers, Raiders, Cowboys will be taken out by the Commanders, I think. But then, the definition of this is a person who vigorously supports their country and is prepared to defend it against enemies or detractors.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's anybody. That's the definition.
Well, yeah,
that's the definition of a patriot.
Yeah, patriot would be, but they're shooting muskets.
That's my question, because a patriot is anybody that vigorously supports their country. But here's the deal: a Texan, half of that state is not even from this country. So I think I would rather see a Texan with a gun than a patriot with a musket.
Yeah, but a cowboy has a gun then too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about nowadays guns. You know what I mean? Like if you were to take Texas, like anybody who lives in Texas, so find the best people in Texas to start a war.
Yeah,
it's a huge state. So you could be like, hey, all right, Texas versus.
I would not want to fight Texas.
But the only thing is the Commanders now. The way it's listed is old school days. Like it can't be like there's no the Commanders of that time were the ones that were running just that specific war. They didn't specify.
No, yeah, so.
That's why I think Texans has to be because a patriot. I think a patriot was. If you say a patriot, you don't think of.
But I mean.
I think of the musket holding.
Yeah, that's how
Three Musketeers. Because that is what their mascot. Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think when it comes, I think it's between. Because Texans, anyone in Texas, and you have to, if you live in Texas, you have to have a gun.
Yeah, you do.
Automatically, you have to. Also, your kids have to have guns.
Yeah.
So if you don't have 6 guns, so I don't know. So it's against.
I don't know. Man.
Do you qualify a patriot as any? Because anybody that vigorously supports their country, not even you could be a patriot and not even be in the military.
True.
But I don't know if they're taking that at face value. So I mean, I would say probably not. I would have to say, in my opinion, I have to say the Texans. Because that's just anybody.
Now that you rule out like the Titans and the Giants, it comes down to the best human army or what that you would put together, right?
Right.
Because, well, unless the Saints, how are we quantifying the Saints?
But I think they got their name based on the actual physical people of the Saints.
Yeah.
Like I thought, I don't know.
Like, I mean, if you can turn water into wine or whatever.
Well, then you're taking a
Are
journey
you
down.
fighting wizards?
Well, hold on. I mean, wait, was Jesus then a saint? Because he's the one who did it. Was he a saint? I thought saints were the. I don't know anything about.
Technically, yes.
Okay, because I don't know anything about religion.
Well,
so
I know,
mess
but
it all
like
up.
technically it was. So like,
Because does a saint have powers?
technically, to become a saint, you have to perform 2 or more miracles.
Okay.
How you define miracles is.
That's what I didn't know if, like, I mean, because
So
it came down to,
I think it's 2 or more. It might be 3 or more. It's been a while. But what you would call miracles, or what you and I would call wizards. So
it basically comes down to, like, if we're playing Mortal Kombat, right? You go.
Or I'm
you,
a mage.
you
I'm
click
a mage.
You click
Dungeons and Dragons.
You click the saint, and I'm over there as a Texan.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
some guy named Randy with an M4.
Fucking
You get the cowboy hat on.
Friar Tuck on the other side. Just fucking drinking wine and like just like spritzing with holy water.
I don't know. That's a tough
with a
battle.
fucking with a blunderbuss.
I got a whole bus full of Texans here. But yeah, that's the only
scares
one.
the shit out
That's
of me.
the only definition of their team because their team. It's not like
So,
they're.
It'd be interesting. So like you're right. Buccaneers Raiders is basically a Buccaneer, or it's like a.
And Raiders, Buccaneers, Vikings are all too old. Way back in the days, their weapons wouldn't compete.
Yeah.
Like a Cowboy's weapon.
But
if a Cowboy
the
can
thing
have a shotgun
is,
too.
though, and like I said, you're going to go on a tangent here. Like the Buccaneers fighting on water versus a Texan, they would win.
Texans boats now. Texan could go buy any boat they want. They go Texan. I mean, the boat they could be able to buy.
No, typically they just walk across the river.
I don't think there's really even a river anymore. I think there's just a bridge now. I think there's just
It's
cardboard.
cardboard.
It's carpet. Just a nice
Just
little,
laid it
just a
down.
nice layer of 70s carpet just to soak it up.
Shag. Like,
Just, baby.
yeah, exactly.
But I guess that'd be the question. Is like, because you think nowadays, like any of them would get blown. A Texan could they could go probably.
You're right.
You could go to a store in Texas and buy a gun that could take out a whole ship.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the rules are pretty lax to buy the guns in Texas.
Well, I believe that. I also believe that the Vikings and Buccaneers and Raiders rules might be a little loose too.
Like 8-year-olds just chucking axes at people.
Exactly. I don't think they
Like Chucky.
they rule by the code of the waters. Yeah, but I'm sitting there. I was like, I really used to say.
My first inclination was Giants versus Titans, right?
See, I just remember the Giants used to always. They described it as because they don't have a mascot either, right?
No, I don't think so.
Because there's not a thing like it was if they were.
Or they might have a mascot, but it's
a
something.
building.
Yeah, or, yeah.
Just a
It's
stationary
like
mascot.
tree.
Yeah, the fucking Stanford tree. That always looks jovial though. I like the
does.
smile on it. You know,
It does.
I could be able to. I would rock that.
It's banned from Notre Dame Stadium.
From what?
Stanford tree.
I mean, why? Just
There was this goes back a while. I don't know. We don't need to go back. It's just I think he was taunting or something. There was something happened, and he got
because Stanford was good.
because it has to flap its wings the entire game.
For real?
Yes,
The tree?
the entire game.
But trees don't flap wings.
Well,
trees don't.
Whatever. That I swear to God, look it up.
I think this sounds like a prank, and then they go, "Hey, that's
you
kinda
really
cool.
did.
Why don't we just
It started out as a prank, and
Yeah.
then now you always have to do it. Like,
Hey, Mike's pretty good with the wings. You see that? Let's
Yeah.
make that a thing."
But I don't remember the exact story per se. There's something happened between like the bands between Notre Dame and
Yeah,
whatnot.
for a minute,
There's bad
Stanford.
blood.
Like who was
There's
good
bad
for
blood.
Stanford? It wasn't the luck years, but it was
No, Christian
somebody-
McCaffrey,
um.
Toby Gerhart.
Who was the year they were really really good? And is that the year we
Christian
hated them? Because there was some there's some type of rivalry.
You had
somewhere on
Christian
Notre Dame.
McCaffrey. You had Toby Gerhart. You had they had a bunch of good running backs.
Mookie Blaylock.
Yep.
What is
Yeah.
natron means?
Yes.
No,
And Otis Anderson.
Is that Otis with a D or a T?
T.
That's correct.
Yeah.
We're looking for what is T.
Yeah.
All right, so let's roll into, man. So what are you thinking? Super Bowl.
The pick.
Yeah, like if you all right. So here's so you have to don't take any of your gambling or your bets as a bias. What do you think if you were like, hey, just overall, not a spread,
Well,
not anything, who's going to win the
I
game?
guess
What do you think?
it still steered me in this way, but I mean, because I think it's the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think the Niners have a better roster,
Oh yeah,
but they're not playing well right now.
I think last year the Eagles had a better roster.
Yeah, they're not. The Niners aren't playing well right now, and it's
Like how
weird.
so? What do you mean?
Well, they had to come back. They should have lost to the Lions. They barely beat the Packers. The Packers had him on the ropes too.
Packers were
a problem, and so
stupid.
The thing, Brock Purdy isn't playing well, and I've learned this lesson trying to go against Tom Brady unless you bet the Giants. No, I mean like back in the day, but like
Tyreek catches it against his helmet for plus 100,000 odds.
I can't go against Mahomes, and this is the best defense probably Andy Reid's ever had.
Yeah.
And it's a pass defense, and Purdy hasn't looked good. And I just think, if they started on Labor Day and they played 20 times, I do think the Niners would win more times than not because they were playing better in the beginning of the season. But that's where like stats and like the subjectivity kind of meet. And I could obviously totally be wrong on this, but the Niners are not playing well. Like the Detroit Lions blew that game. 100% blew that game. And their defense, I think, is overrated. If you were to pick the fourth, so you take the Chiefs offense, Chiefs defense, Niners offense, Niners defense, right? The Niners defense is fourth on that list.
Yeah.
If you were to rank like...
They were like third to last against the run, right?
Yeah, well, when Mufanga got hurt, it hurt them. And like they have a good
dad
front.
from Lion King?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
He Scar killed him. Against the Packers, and
I think it was against the Wildebeest.
Yes, exactly. Yes, which still wouldn't have won the Mascot fight. But
you just got Texans up there,
just picking off wildebeest. So anyway, and there's a 2-week window. Things can happen, and we'll get into it because like it's interesting. Like when you go into gambling, you want to talk about sample size and all that stuff, but there's such high variance that you almost want to dive into that high variance. But I mean, like you said, you told me to pick it either way, but as a gambling angle, like,
we'll dive into that way because I mean that seems like it helps you make your decision.
The Chiefs being dogs, I mean Patrick Mahomes being a dog, I don't know how you pass it out. I would feel different if the Chiefs were favored, which is weird to say, but it's like, or I would have not feel different. I would still feel like the Chiefs were winning, but like, let's say the Chiefs are -2. Maybe it's a different conversation.
What is it? It's a 1-point spread right now, right?
Well, you can get it +2.
Still?
Yeah, I have them at +110 on the money line. Right now they're about +105, +100, which is interesting because I thought that they would move more, and I'm still waiting for that because like the whole Taylor Swift shit. So like probably tomorrow morning, like fucking.
What do you mean when they find out she's
Tom, Dick, and Harry are gonna bet on the Chiefs that normally wouldn't gamble at all. Like the amount of money that comes in on the Super Bowl, like
crazy.
You're talking billions of dollars. So like moving the lines, but I figured it would move quicker. But like meaning like no different. I think last year the Eagles were dogs, and then by the start of the game were favorites.
Okay.
Against the Chiefs, and so I'm interested to see how the line moves like tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I do think if you like the Chiefs, you want to bet them now. If you like the Niners, wait.
Yeah, I bet I bet the Chiefs pretty early.
You want just because there's this weird caveat with the whole Swifties and like this whole casual betting.
I think tomorrow's
like take a look at it like noon and see. I mean, because I doubt they're plus. I mean, I could be wrong, but like it's weird. I feel like it would have shifted sooner, so like I can't wrap my head around it.
So what? So dumb it down for me. So you're saying that basically you think all these uneducated gamblers are going to come in, and they're going to they're Swifties. Maybe they're like, oh, let's put $10 on the game. I want her man's team to win, and you think that's going to move the line?
Nah. So, like the way market dynamics works typically, well, it's a little bit different. So like. Some Swiftie betting $10 isn't going to move the line.
I just meant like
no, but like you get that high volume. Really, what's going to happen is the reason the book moves lines is because of leverage. So if they have high stakes in the Niners at -2, really they move the line because it's like, oh shit, I have a lot of money on this side of it, and like
is that what hedging is?
Hedging, or also like there's liability there.
Right, because you can't if the Chiefs end up winning and oh my god, 90% of people voted on them and we're
exactly. And so, like, that's why the line moves. Now, it looked like sharp money must have come in on the Niners because it didn't move at all. Like, I mean, I thought for sure when the Chiefs, it's almost like a tricky line, and maybe I'm walking into a trap here, but like the Chiefs not being favorites, to, in my opinion, or at least like almost like this should be a pick 'em. I mean, actually, if you really like the Chiefs, you're better off taking an alt line at plus money even more. Take them at minus, like, you could take them at -7 or -3.5. So any of those 4 to 6 point wins you win, and you're going to get it like plus 200. Now, the other way to do it too is like, okay, if the Chiefs win, who's the Super Bowl MVP?
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. So right now he's plus 125. So do you take, like, basically you almost want that 30 cents on the dollar to a certain degree, meaning like if there is some risk that like Travis Kelce scores 3 touchdowns, right? It's not, but like I think there's way more outs for Brock Purdy not to be the Super Bowl MVP if the Niners win, right? Could be CMC, Debo. Typically it is a quarterback, but like, you know, like there's you're if you like the Niners, you're better off taking the CMC at MVP at plus 425 or plus 450 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, or
but like,
well, yeah.
But if you really think and you really want if you want even a better line, then take Mahomes at plus 125 at Super Bowl MVP, and you're basically betting for the Chiefs to win.
So how I look at it is this: like, I don't have a Mahomes ticket or anything like that. But what I'm saying is like for one game, and you have this amount of money spread out on different things, like you want to almost look at correlations really, really big to a certain degree. You always want to look at correlations, but like if the Niners win, there's multiple range of outcomes for the MVP, right? And actually, you would almost want Christian McCaffrey at plus 450 than you would at Brock Purdy at plus 150.
Yeah.
In this case, which is rare. It is rare. Like you almost would want Debo's 20-1.
But I would
like
say
Debo, like if you like the Niners, Debo at 20-1 is a great bet, in my opinion, because like Brock Purdy's the perception is like he's just handing it off, or he's a game manager, or whatever the hell
like Eli Manning,
or whatever you want to call it, or But like my thing is like if the Chiefs win, the range of outcomes or the anomalies of variance for Mahomes not to be the MVP, it's almost worth taking him at plus 130.
I mean, or maybe
on the MVP and not even betting the money line, because you're getting like, yeah, you're probably splitting hairs, like, because okay, I got him at plus 110, he's at plus 125 or plus 130. I mean, to each their own, you know, but that's another angle to look at. Like,
so to dumb it down, I kind of so kind of understand. So basically, you're saying if you're worried about not sure who's going to win the overall game, like, hey, look, if you think the Chiefs are going to win, instead of trying to mess with the money line or maybe the spread, say, hey, if you think the Chiefs are going to win, 90% chance if the Chiefs win, 95%.
Yeah,
Mahomes is the one that did it.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of worrying about a line, you can take a different angle. So you're
and get more money on what you're putting down.
Okay, I like
so
that.
like I said, the Chiefs are plus 110. I did the math, and I'd have to look back at it. But basically, for it to work out from the variance standpoint, you would want like Patrick Mahomes to be. So actually, it's pretty much there. Right now, they're like plus 100, and he's like plus 125. But you would almost want him to be plus 130 and plus 140 on your money to be okay with that price and the variance, meaning like Travis Kelce could win it. Like, because we do know if the Chiefs win the money line, you're still getting plus money, right?
Yes.
So like, here's what I'm saying. It like where that price at plus 130 or plus 140 on Mahomes becomes a value in correlation with the money line. Because if the money line's plus 130 and Mahomes is plus 130, you want to take the money line.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, because you don't have to worry about a weird Travis Kelce or a weird variance.
What would happen though? Because if Mahomes threw 3 touchdown passes to Travis Kelce, guess what? Mahomes is MVP. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree, but there's also the weird I'm saying you throw that variance out.
Okay.
So you need a price bump on Mahomes, because if the Chiefs win, you win. So but
Yes, I think it is a 90% chance, but like there's a price to that.
So if the Chiefs win at plus 100, but Pat Mahomes at plus 125,
It might be worth the Mahomes at plus 125.
yeah,
But if it's plus 100, plus 100, I'm taking the Chiefs money line.
yeah, because then you're getting all your options.
Because that's what I'm saying. It's not worth you're not getting any value there.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. So like, because there still is variance. There's anomalies. Let's say Mahomes gets fucking hurt. And, whoever, it was a Blaine Gabbert, comes in and fucking throws.
Is that really the backup right now, Blaine Gabbert?
I swear to God.
Oh my God. I think I do play football anymore.
Well, exactly. But like he comes in and fucking, happens to throw like weird anomalies, 3 touchdown passes to Kelsey. I mean, yes, that is in the weird range of outcomes.
Didn't Nick
but like
Foles
that's
get
why
the-
Yeah.
Nick Foles didn't he get a Super Bowl MVP? I mean,
Or was it? Yeah, it was.
wasn't he the one that started, or did
Yeah, no, he
his
was.
old boy was hurt, right?
No, I mean, he's the one, Big Dick Nick. Made the run. That's the whole thing. So
Wentz was hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wentz was on the end of his career, man. He was on an MVP season that year and then blew out his knee and hasn't been seen since. But, like, that's how, if you want to look at it, and this is what has been taught to me, and this is the part I do like about gambling is, like, comparing those correlations. So, like, that number of, like, okay, or those angles. Like, looking at it from, like, now... Or like the casual person, like, okay, I just want to bet a money line, fine, by all means. But like in this particular game, you can have a lot of fun because like you can just focus on it. Like for us that are busy, it's like you can't really. Like,
and during
professional people go down there.
And during when there's so many games. Oh,
yeah,
my God,
it's like,
I'm like, wait, did I already do that?
Jesus
I'm trying to hedge both sides.
know,
What did
like,
I do in
geez,
this app?
Like,
this
and
app?
so like I get it, but for this, like you can really dive into the angles, and it's 2 weeks before, and so you have all those things. So like.
So what do you walk me through kind of like how do you come up with your process? Like what do you how do you start, I guess?
So, well, my process here is like okay, this is going to sound contradictory. I do believe in math-based, that's the way to do it.
Yep. Okay.
100%. But like I said, so like I'm taking the Chiefs because I think they're maybe not the best team, but they're playing the best right now, and that's a subjective thing to a certain degree.
When it does come down to the end of the quarterback really does.
Yes, there is a subjectivity to it, and I think you have to like lean into that sometimes because, like, yeah, I do think the Niners probably have a better roster top to bottom, but like right now the Chiefs are playing really well. They've held the Ravens, the Bills, and the Dolphins to 10 points or less.
Yeah.
3 really good offenses. Mm-hmm. 3 really good with, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and Tua is pretty much better than probably Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, their defense is playing really, really well.
You think Mahomes is still riding that D? You see that?
Yeah.
That when that shows.
I mean, he's also playing well, and it's almost like they saved Kelsey for the playoffs.
Yeah, and they didn't because there's when you look at that roster, there is nothing there for him to throw to. You can say what you want about Rishi Rice.
Oh no,
great job.
Yeah, he's a rook, but Kelsey's been playing well, and like you still have Andy Reid, who's an amazing play caller,
right.
And Kyle Shanahan, to me, is almost like Andy Reid before he won his Super Bowl, where like everyone thought Andy Reid was a really good coach for the Eagles. Like, and he was.
Yeah, he was. Oh, yeah.
But it was almost like couldn't get over the hump.
Take him to 3 without winning, right?
No, he went to 4 NFC championship games.
Oh, okay.
And then
with T.O.
T.O., where he played with T.O. had one of the most amazing Super Bowls ever.
Yeah.
160 yards on one calf. Because he had like that deer, I don't know what that
was like, I think it was real. Yeah.
But like, and Donovan McNabb wasn't that great. I don't care what anybody says.
All I gotta say is he would not go down. People try to tackle him, and he would still the 30-some seconds.
Oh yeah,
I don't think it's ever been broken yet.
Yes.
How long he was running around? I mean, it might not have been 30, but it was something ungodly.
Andy Reid, any quarterback, he made Alex Smith an MVP candidate.
Was he still there when Vic came back too?
Vic,
because his first game,
he won like 3 games with Coy Detmer. Jeff Garcia.
Ty Detmer's kid?
Yeah, brother.
Oh, bro. so not even...
No, but like, and Coy Detmer threw for like 350 yards in a game that he, like, fucking bum, like you and I. Like, I mean, like, you could give him, Alex Smith literally was
He was the epitome of a game manager.
No, but he threw for 35 touchdowns that year. Like, I mean, just
that was when they went undefeated, right? And they lost first. They lost first round playoffs.
Yeah, and then did they win? Because Mahomes started week 17 and threw for 7 touchdowns. Remember that was his rookie year where he sat out and he threw for like 6
Was that
touchdowns.
their undefeated season?
Did they go undefeated that year?
They went undefeated. Well, maybe it might have been that year. I thought they were undefeated and they lost first round of the playoffs. Or something.
But anyway,
maybe
kind of go back to my process is this. I lay out the game. And, like, it's hard because, like, in this game, like, do you want to put all your eggs in one basket? You want to write a story, right? Like, okay, I think both teams are going to lean heavily on the run game, okay? So, in theory, then, if I think that because, hey, Kansas City's been playing very slow lately, the stats have said that, so you want to use that. And, they've relied on their defense. So, and Andy Reid, who's known to be very pass-happy, Isaiah Pacheco's getting a lot of run. Okay, Kyle Shanahan, Debo got hurt last game, but, like, then Debo got hurt against the Packers, I'm sorry, right?
Yeah.
But it was a heavy Debo script there, and then he got hurt. And then the Lions, it was interesting because it was heavy CMC, then they went down.
Yeah.
And then Purdy, came in the second half. But I think both teams are going to play conservative. And so, like, I'll paint that picture. And then I'll look at, like, okay, what lines do I think make sense? But, the Super Bowl's different. Because it, like, fucked up shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
It just does. Like, somebody comes out of the woodwork. There's some guy who's had... So, like, the variances...
Everybody is trying their absolute hardest.
Yes, and they don't care if they get hurt at that point because they're out. So, like...
It's like Monday Night Football, but times a million.
Yeah.
Like Monday's like the last parlay. You're going to make the last bit of your money. Everybody's trying their hardest.
So, yeah. So, like, my picture is this. I actually think it's going to be the under, which is the over-under right now is 47.5. And I think it's going to be under. I think it's going to be a slower game than people anticipate. Just because Kansas City has played methodically slow. Now it'll be interesting. Obviously, it kind of goes out the window if the Niners take a lead, because then Mahomes is chucking it all over the place. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Where that script is, you just paint your script and then lean into that on the betting side of it. Okay. I mean, they'll say to spread it out, but it's like, okay, problem with that is like, then you win $10 overall. Like, I'd rather lose.
So you're saying don't hedge yourself. Don't, like, if you think you're
into
gonna go
one game. No, I don't think so.
So you don't put even one little extra side bet. I might as well just take.
I mean, on this, yeah, because it's D-Gen time. But, like,
yeah.
No, I mean, in one game, I think if you have a strong feeling on it, like, if you think, like, that it's going to be this way, or, like, hey, it's trending towards this way, or the stats leading up to how they played in the playoffs are leaning this way, then lean into that, because it's one game, it's going to be high variance, and you hedging, you're creating a floor, but you're losing your ceiling.
Yeah. So it's like you bet $100 here and $100 here, and then
sweet, I won $10. But if
not even, I mean, you get
or whatever, I would rather win 200 and lose. Meaning, like, I'd rather
you'd rather just lose $200 than to win 5
and be comfortable with them. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like, that juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Okay, so let's talk. What you got?
Let's talk props.
All right.
Okay. So here's what I got. Okay. I'll go Niners, Chiefs, Niners stuff. So we'll go back and forth. The first Niners one I have is CMC or Christian McCaffrey, anytime touchdown first half, plus 125.
Okay, so that's first half.
Yes, because I took that because, well, I feel like that's going to happen, but he anytime touchdown is like, I mean,
negative 350?
His touchdown market. I mean, 3 touchdowns is like 9-1. I was like, what?
It was 350 for him to get.
I know.
I was like, what the fuck?
I was trying to, like, I think CMC is going to be used.
Yeah.
So how do I get value? So I took first half.
So instead of betting, it's probably what, negative 150 for him to.
I mean, it's probably like negative. Oh, for anytime touchdown?
You think it's not in the 300s?
We can.
I remember the one time I looked, it was.
This is some high value content.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Let me look at just the standard book.
I'll just sit here for the vibe.
He's minus 225.
Oh my god!
For any 10 touchdowns.
That is so fucking stupid.
I would rather take plus 125.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so I get part of
that twice.
I get part of that, and he's anytime first time.
Is the back half same?
I didn't look at the. I didn't look at the second half.
But you're saying, but right there, you just said, hey, instead of you betting on him negative 250 to get a touchdown.
Yeah.
First half, you already said
I'd rather
probably
take
running
plus money.
slow.
And you don't necessarily want, and I want the audience to understand this. You don't want to necessarily shy away from, minus money.
Right.
Like some people do, and like it's like, oh shit, well it's minus money, and like a good bet is a good bet. Like
any parlay adding Christian McCaffrey get a touchdown.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like,
yeah.
Any good bet is a good bet, and like you just have
Hear
to
that, kids at home? Any bet's a good bet.
Well, no, I mean like
grab your parents' purse.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Download the app. You can use our social.
Okay. Well, all right.
I'm just kidding. He's like, no.
Hey, if you do. Actually, I don't want to say the book because I don't know. But you can get $5 in Indiana for $150. So, like, get your kids.
Text me. I'll
get
send
your
you
parents' social security number.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandparents, even if they're
if you
dead,
haven't signed your
use their
grandparents up
social
for a gambling app, you're not doing it
Yes.
right. Even if they're dead. Grams, where'd you put your purse?
Yes. I need a social.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so this is. So the one ladder, or should I save? I'll save the ladder for the end.
Okay.
So I did take. Here's a fun one. Mahomes over 7.5 yards first rush.
Ooh, that's see. You find
plus 105.
So I want to pause there. So you find these bet like you hit me with one. I was like, how is that? Where'd you? Like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you have, like, a different type of computer that has DraftKings, like the back end. Like, you're just adding shit in there.
I go into the dark web.
Dude, I can't, because some of these, it took me so long to find. But that's huge. So you're saying his first run.
Yeah, so I picture him scramble. It's a lot of yards, but, like,
Well, he
just needs to scramble
he's gonna
for
go
first
the first.
down.
Yep.
So along those lines, on the first rushes, Pacheco, or actually, sorry, I got to go Niners here. Purdy, first rush, over 3.5 yards, plus 105. So if he scrambles, like I said, he had like 6 off air. I said 6 for 48 last game.
Yeah.
So first rush over 3.5 yards. So then I stayed on the first rush thing because I went Pacheco.
You're already digging in that rabbit hole.
Pacheco, first rush over 3.5 yards, plus money at plus one, even money, plus 100.
So now you saying you parlayed those three together?
No, I took them individually.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I took those three.
Can you even parlay those or parlay those at all or not?
I didn't look.
I don't know because I don't even know where you find them, so I can't. I definitely don't have the answer to that.
Okay.
But all right, I got you. So keep going, Art.
So then, all right, now we're going down the rabbit hole of rabbit hole. So another first, Kyle Juszczyk, first reception of the game, 30-1.
Wow, first reception of the game. Now,
like a play action pass, like. I mean, they need to get the ball first.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's it's 30-1 for a reason.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, I know, I get it.
Either way.
Now, tell me. No, you're excited with Juszczyk. Give me a little reason why.
Okay. So there's a couple of reasons. One, last time they played, he had the first touchdown. Would have had 2 touchdowns. Got tackled at the 1. So. And he was used a lot more in the Lions game, if you remember. He caught some passes.
Oh yeah, because I mean, if they're get that.
And like, if you believe it's rigged, his wife is getting big on Insta.
Literally. I mean, I'm glad you brought that because honestly, I think that is when you talk about it. Like, if you want to bring face to it, like no matter what, her name is all over the locker room everywhere. So guess what? If you want to, no matter what,
if you believe in the script.
Hey, no, it's not even from the script. Andy Reid's going, hey, you know what? That guy is an integral part of our team. He's making coats. He's making coats for Taylor Swift. You know what?
Yeah.
McCaffrey's cool if we give him this one.
Exactly.
I can see that. It makes sense. So
So then I also took it twice because they super boosted and I didn't know they were going to. Both teams to score 1+ rushing touchdown at plus 200.
I saw that boost. I got that boost.
So I also got it early before at plus 130. So I'm in that twice. So those are, and then the last one I have from a ladder, and these are your general props. And this one, this sounds so cliche, but I'm either massively hitting this or
that's how all my bets are going to be.
like there's like meaning like I'm hitting it in one catch, and or this guy fucking drop,
or you just sit there at the end of the end.
I have
the game one.
Yeah, that made sense. Like,
no, I should know that.
I took the MVS yards ladder, Marquez Valdez.
Okay, so now I want you to stop there. So now I want you explain. So explain the easiest way you can about what a ladder means.
So there's one way to look at it, and you'll see it on some books where they call it milestones or ladders. So typically, you'll have an over/under on somebody's receptions, somebody's rushing yards, rush attempts, and receiving yards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there's also the alternative yards where it says, well, they'll give you a line on like, okay, Travis Kelce to catch or to have 25 yards receiving minus 500,
mm-hmm.
you know, and like and then they'll go down the line. Okay. Now, the way the ladder works is like, okay, I think, I took Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and it's 25 yards at plus 120.
Okay.
50 yards at plus 425. 75 yards at 12-1. Okay? So he's a deep threat. So, I mean, honestly, I could get an 80-yard catch and be done with it.
Yep.
So, or you almost have you talked about hedging earlier. You almost have if he just gets 25 yards, you're buying for the ladder. So, like, if you think somebody's going to have a good game, like, you want to go each rung down there. And even if you hit a couple of rungs on it, you still win.
Yeah.
And
so you like you got the dollar on the smallest one. And you
exactly. Or what
what
they call it pyramided. So it's like, dollar
for
whatever. So like, let's say you were pyramid backwards. 3 on the smallest, 2 on the middle, 1 on the 12-1.
So like then at the end, even if you get your first one, you're still going to end up making pretty much. You've already made your money. You're walking.
I mean, depending upon you can do the math on that, but like. So I took the MVS ladder. I mean, the guy can't catch, but if he does catch one pass, I guarantee you it's going to be for like.
But that makes me the way you explained to me, it really made me sense of like we talked about Njoku. I was like, hey, I'd already bet like when you explained the ladder to me, I had already had bets on him. He's definitely getting more than 50 yards.
Yeah,
but let's say I stopped because I was like, oh, I'll add that to a parlay. But the way you broke it down, like, no, if you think he's getting 50 yards, bet on him getting 30. Then 40, then 50.
Yeah, you also got to look at the
he
number because sometimes it's we hit it. We murdered it. It can get greasy, like where like
you don't want to go.
You want lines that like so like here's another, and I didn't bet this, but some I'm looking at. So like, I did take Pacheco to lead the game in rushing yards at plus 170.
You think he'll lead more than McCaffrey?
I thought McCaffrey was like minus 250.
Yeah.
And my game script is that the Chiefs win and they're going to be ahead. So I went with that correlation with how I think the game's going to go. Now, one thing you might want to do is if you think that that's your game script, and I haven't taken this yet, but like look at McCaffrey's receiving yards and maybe ladder that. Or it's juicy, and I think it's like 19 or 20-1, maybe even higher. McCaffrey to lead the game in receiving yards. Dude, that guy could take a screen for, I mean...
What was the odd? Do you remember what...
Like, so, actually, I can look at it right now.
I'm going to turn this thing up. This cat's never going to be little. Gambling apps notifying me about boosts.
Exactly. Okay, Super Bowl leaders. Here we go. Most receiving yards. Okay, so Christian McCaffrey's 18-1. Who do you think's the favorite?
For most receiving yards.
And it's the worst one you want.
I mean, for most receiving
yards. Because of the matchup.
I mean, is it Kelce for the most receiving yards?
It's not.
Maybe Debo?
It's Brandon Ayuk at plus 240 against L'Jarius Sneed. Kelce's second at plus 260. Rashee Rice is plus 300. Debo's 4-1, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, because
Kittle's plus 450. But here's the thing with Kittle, he has his games. Don't get me wrong, where he goes
he'll plow through and get.
But typically it's when Debo's not playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm surprised Ayuk.
So here are two ones I like. So here's another correlation. I like MVS, right, the latter, or Christian McCaffrey. Like if you want, like let's say the Niners are, and it's dumped down city.
Yeah.
So CMC's 18-1. MVS is 25 to 1. I mean, 100 yards probably gets you home.
Would you bet both? Would you bet both ways?
Yeah,
that would be one chance. That's not really hedging. That's more of saying, hey, I think the odds are so strong.
So two different game scripts, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's not hedging. That's like, it's no different than taking. We'll get into a first touchdown. Okay, I normally take 2 on one side and 2 on the other because it, like, whoever gets the ball first, you're more likely, like, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Or typically. But I mean, I know we're on time. So some fun props. Okay, because you have Andy Reid. And you have, like, he always does stuff funky in the red zone.
Yes.
And maybe Kyle Shanahan is always
carousel.
So, lineman to score a TD.
Ooh.
I got it at plus 6,000.
Are you shitting me?
It's on ESPN. On ESPN Bet. Yes. Any QB. Okay.
That's huge.
Any QB to score a reception touchdown is 75 to 1. Took that. Okay, and I correlated. Okay, so here's the correlation. Any QB to record a catch. So if they don't score, like let's say, like
just Tom Brady falls. Yeah.
It's 30 to 1. Okay, and then here's my.
Hold on. Would that count for the Lamar catch?
Yes, it's a
If he throws it
that's
to
a
himself,
reception.
what if somebody
That's a
just-
reception.
somebody
Or the
coined
Will
out
Levis
10
or whatever.
grand out of that? Yeah.
No, yes. So that counts a reception. Damn. Okay, and then my DGen, because I'm on the Kyle Juszczyk thing. 2 TDs plus 15,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen.
I mean, probably won't, but
All right.
okay. So
we discussed kind of the ladders.
yeah, the fun, and then we did the fun props that I talked about. Now, first TDs.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So that.
Which is always fun.
Yes. Now,
I love it.
This for years. I've been doing first touchdown score.
It's so much fun.
And I used to always go like, I'd always put all my big money on who's the top guy. Who's top guy?
Chalk,
is it Kamara? Is it Henry? Is it Dalvin
Agreed.
Cook? It's always for over years. It's always the first. And then you kind of try to show me, you're like, hey man, look at the odds on this cat.
Yeah,
and then you'd send me like 3 weeks in a row. You hit like your first touchdown score. You were sending. I was like, what am I doing wrong? So walk me through.
So I look at it like now it's changed. The odds have changed. Like you used to be able to get like on quarterbacks, like they touch the ball every time.
Yeah.
So like either way. So like if they call a pass play, like quarterbacks you could get like 40 to 1 like 2 years ago, and now like for instance, Mahomes is like I got him at plus 2,600. But like I look at it like who's on the field all the time. So like I actually go down deep research. Like
you sent me a paragraph on why you chose one, and
snap,
I was like, "What do you go
snap share?" Oh, I hit Ronnie Bell. I hit Ronnie Bell.
You were like,
with
check
the
this out.
Niners.
Yeah, and I was
because
like,
all of them are out. I'm like, I'm telling you, like,
I was like, how the fuck?
So I did take Pacheco.
That makes sense. Yeah.
At plus 650. I think you can find him 7 to 1 in some spots.
Oh, for real?
I think
That's not a bad one to go.
Yeah. So and then Kelsey is actually probably the best value, even though I didn't take him. But like,
what is he though? What?
8 to 1.
For real? First touchdown?
Yeah. So
what's McCaffrey at? Negative
minus
1,200. Yeah, he's
75.
I bet it's probably even for him first touchdown. No, he's probably plus 250.
I'm looking at like a standard book here, and
I would say plus 250 for him first touchdown.
It's plus 360. Kelsey's 7 to 1 here, but Pacheco is plus 650, which is what I wrote down. I took this is a different book, but I took took Pacheco. I took Mahomes. He's running a lot more. Rice and Kelsey. Noah Gray's an interesting one.
I know. I put a lot of him every time. Yeah,
he's an interesting one as far as like a deeper dive for me for first touchdowns. And like, you're right. Like this is not math based. I do like people that have longer odds that shouldn't. That hey, this guy is the second wide receiver in 2 sets, and it doesn't make sense that he's 50 to 1.
Who'd you hit? Who was your second wide receiver you hit when somebody was out hurt? You told me to hit. And you bet on. You told me to hit him.
Zacchaeus.
That's what it was. Yeah, I didn't make that bet. I already did all mine, and I was
35 to 1, and
you're like,
I'm like, Devonta Smith is out.
I know.
Like this guy's playing. Why should he be like? I'm not saying he's gonna get it. It's just that he shouldn't be 35 to 1.
His odds should have moved.
Yes,
like
and they didn't. the books can't adjust that quickly. They adjust. They are fantastic
with receiving, like
Well,
when Devontae was out,
yes.
AJ Brown's receiving yards, they
Yes.
locked up. They wouldn't or flip that.
or like they're really good. That's so efficient on like the game lines.
Yes.
On like
And the
-2.
spreads.
That's what I'm saying. The game
Fucking
lines,
spreads.
the spreads,
Yeah, I got
and the money line, and all that stuff. Like they're like it's hard, but the props. There's too many things going on. There's too many variables. They can't keep track of it.
I think the most money I did are out of the ones I did. I go, hey, you know what? I'm gonna put 20 in, but I'm gonna do these crazy. Like I stopped going with the like. What the worst is when you do straight like money line or each way, and then you're like, wow, they're getting murdered. So like the rest of the game, you're like, well, there's no way they're coming back. And you sit there and you're like, damn. But then when you have the inside props, it's all about making multiple. Like you know, it's all. Then hey, cool. I have all these different odds. Even though I think the Chiefs are gonna win, I still got Debo over this, McCaffrey over this,
which based on a game script can change. So like, or like, for instance, like they have like Purdy's. I told you Purdy's rushing prop at 11.5, but yet in the playoffs, he's hit. Well, granted, it's sacks do count. So this is the famous story in the Super Bowl where
the kneel
with Mahomes, where the over was hit and he kneeled for a 10-yard loss.
He did a couple times, didn't he?
Yeah,
and that's what
it ended up being 10-yard loss.
But
like, so you do have to be careful of that. But like, I think Mahomes is like 26.5, 27, and Purdy's is 11.5, 12. Like, I mean, I haven't taken that yet, but I'm taking that.
That's 2 scrambles.
Yes. Yeah. And like, you just have to, and I actually don't think a lot of sacks are going to happen because both quarterbacks don't take a lot of sacks and they get the ball out quickly. But my first touchdowns, I did take Pacheco and Mahomes on the Chiefs side, and I took Purdy at plus 4,500, maybe scramble something in. Like, the Niners was a lot tougher, so I went deeper because like
you have to,
because like 4-1 odds on Debo and stuff like that. It's not worth the money.
No.
Like, and so I took Kyle Juszczyk because I have.
I'm definitely.
I'm down that line. It's 55-1, baby.
It makes
and he had the
like,
first touchdown. I'm like,
let's say it's first and goal. McCaffrey goes dink, 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 and then you know what? We're gonna fucking do it on a
or
fourth
like
down.
some play action pass where he dumps. Same concept with the lineman or whatever scoring, but like. I took that, like, with the Niners, I felt, yes, those probably don't win, to be fair.
But the odds are so good.
But, like, yeah, like, I'm thinking,
$5
like, Juszczyk's on the field 90% of the time, and Purdy has the ball every time. And my thought process is, like, yeah, Christian McCaffrey probably scores, right? Yeah. But at plus 360, it's, like, it's not worth my, I
do a parlay with it. You know, that'd be about the other. But
yes,
360.
Like as an alone bet, like no, or Kelsey is one I probably should have gotten on.
I'm gonna throw a parlay. I'm gonna throw.
Now Rashee Rice is plus 1,100.
See, honestly, I'll probably throw 5.
MVS is 30-1.
I would do that for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
He's just never.
Okay, what about plus 550 anytime?
What are D's? Ooh, I'd take that. Plus 550.
Anytime? Yes, anytime.
I'll probably throw that. What's
So, another one I didn't include that I'm going to get on. I obviously had the 2 touchdowns the first time. Like Kyle Juszczyk, I will bang him in public if he scores. But he's plus 750. And this is one book, but there's...
Wait, anytime?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. See, those are the ones
Noah Gray is another one. Anytime, he's 9-1.
Every time I bet on Noah Gray,
I know.
He doesn't even touches the damn field.
Now, here's another one. What about Richie James?
I was about to say.
So he returns kicks, and he's like, if Kadarius Toney doesn't play,
he won't.
I don't think he is. I don't think Sky Moore. He's
like
I don't think Sky Moore's playing. So Richie James has that weird slot roll that Toney had. 14-1, anytime touchdown. It's worth a sprinkle, I think.
Yeah, I mean, so what's 5 pay? What's that? What, 5 on 1,400? Did you just throw $5 at it? What's that? $75?
Yeah. No, 70.
$70. So I mean, like that's an easy. I mean,
shit. Yeah. First touchdown is 80-1.
You're going to remind me of all of this tomorrow?
No, I didn't even have this.
Pictures.
This wasn't even in my notes. That's what I said. I was like, this is my analog version.
You know,
I was like, I need a spreadsheet socialist to fucking do this.
Here's my thing. So I know they have that.
I'm saying, like, for the Super Bowl, you can have so much fun. And we haven't even gotten into, like, the national anthem,
the doink,
the coin toss.
What about last year? I won because of the doink.
So I won on the octopus. Should I explain what the octopus is?
Yep.
So actually, don't bet it now because it's got steamed out. It was at 14-1 in the beginning of the week. An octopus is, and this was so easy to bet if the Eagles went down because Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, the touch push.
So like, and there's a lot of octopi in these games where like,
oh yeah,
Travis Kelce, CMC,
well, the carousel that does,
CMC, Travis Kelce,
anybody,
Pacheco is
anybody could be out there.
So an octopus is the guy scores the touchdown, and then they go for a 2-point conversion, and he scores the 2-point conversion. Right now on DK, it's 10-1, but it was 14-1.
Damn.
So
for who?
No, like just if it happens.
So so you don't have to pick a player. Oh, see, I thought
like I got it at like 18-1 last year. It was at 14-1 this year, and I'm not betting it at 10-1.
So you're using anybody? So any team
an
scores
octopus.
any team scores
okay. Yes or no? It's a yes or no market.
Oh,
it's a two-way market.
If you could parlay a doink, an octopus, and somehow the national anthem.
Yes. So
dude, the doink saved me last year. Like I won like $400. I heard boom. I was like, oh shit! And I think I only need one more
But that's
person
what makes
to
the
get
Super Bowl fun.
Yes.
You're never betting that on a Sunday, really.
Never.
Like, it's just because they can pay attention and like give you all these props. So like right now, most of the major like U.S. books, and then we talked about this off air, they don't want to leverage themselves yet. So like take a look in the morning for like first Usher song. You can get them on offshore stuff. I don't use that, but like some people I know have sent me stuff like first Usher song, first commercial. That's fun stuff to do. Another thing to do, and I mean, now that we're kind of going down there, if you want to play like games at your party, so like Shock Fantasy, and they're not the only ones, but like I found it, they have a PDF file, so it's like they have all these different props, and it's like basically yes or no, okay, and then everyone puts in $20 or whatever. And no different than a pick'em.
Oh, so everybody picks their own?
Yes. And so it's like 40 questions. Think of it this way. Yes, over-under.
Whoever gets the most
over-under 90 seconds on the national anthem. Whoever does the best, or whether you pay off first, second. It's different than like doing squares, which is fun, don't get me wrong. But
so
like,
whoever gets the most answers right.
Yes,
wins.
no different than like a pick'em on a weekend. So
I got
you can get like a PDF stuff and hand it out, and then like they fill it out, and then you just go through and like, okay, this was right, this was wrong, and then you pay it off from there. And that's fun. That kind of adds a little bit. And you can add more like casual stuff to like, the people that maybe not care about the football like you and I do.
Right, be like,
where it's like,
Kyle over
okay, so Usher
like,
to have Ludacris.
Kyle over under on not being able to poop for 3 days after the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Someone
shits their pants.
Well, a lot of cheese, so I bet the under. I don't know.
0.5.
Now a shark. 2 sharks, dude. You get a double shark.
Yes, you get the double shark.
Plus
Yeah,
400.
it's like a doink.
Yeah, a double shark.
Yeah,
I got double
shark doink.
The octopus is double shark doink. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, but anyway, you can like add more like casual stuff where like not to pigeonhole, but like the females at the party can be like, oh, Usher to have what's the first song that he's gonna play.
If the Chiefs win, does Travis propose to Taylor right there on the field?
Yes, and you can do or the first commercial in the Super Bowl. Okay,
that's tough.
Well, yeah, or is it a beer commercial? Is it this? Or you can do, I'd have to look at the PDF, but you could break it down. But it doesn't just have to be about the game.
Right, it's about everything.
It includes everyone. If you're at a party, it can be fun.
Yeah, so everybody just goes down the list. I got that. That makes sense.
Even my wife will dive into that shit. She'll be like, she has an opinion about it.
Is this what it's like? Is what it feels like to win?
Yeah.
You're like, yes, babe, now.
Yes.
See? Now you can't get mad at me anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, so, that's just a fun game to play if you guys want to, there's a bunch of different games. I think you were talking about your,
yeah, we do the basically basically everybody puts a name down, then whatever. Yep.
Yeah, and there's stuff to do there, but what I would say it's just to kind of conclude some of the stuff is if you're on the Niners, okay, you also might want to look at the Super Bowl MVP being CMC or Debo at plus 450 or plus 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we talked about the Super Bowl MVP from Mahomes. So if the line shifts into the Chiefs' negative money, take Mahomes at plus 125.
Yeah.
Take it all day and don't bet the money line.
Yeah.
But I'm on the Chiefs. I'm pretty much done. Like I said, I have a couple of things I might lean into as well, but I think I just can't, as it stands right now, I can't go against Mahomes as a dog.
I got you. So to end this, if you were to give somebody your encyclopedia rectanical, surefire, hands down, guaranteed to win bet, we're not holding him accountable for
I'm
that.
not giving financial advice.
No, by the way, this is not financial advice. But if you were like, if you were thinking,
Stone Cold Lock?
yeah, if you're like, you know what, hey, if I had to bet one, out of all the reasons I've done, if I had to bet one thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'll break it down and how I broke it down. So here's what I'll do. I'll do one lock, one like dog pick, and then one like long shot type thing. Okay. I still like the Chiefs money line.
So just
That's
money
my-
line.
that's my lock.
unless, you said unless the line changes.
Yeah, then you want to spend your money differently. But
Because if
either way, I think the Chiefs win. So there's to be
Okay. I got you.
concrete here.
I got you.
But if you're trying to make the most amount of money or whatever leverage, I do think that there's value in if the Chiefs end up, becoming a pick'em or -1, and Patrick Mahomes MVP odds don't move, then take Mahomes at 125. But I do think the Chiefs win.
Okay.
That's
You heard it here, folks. So if they don't, he's gonna pay you back all of that money
yes.
in linebacker
Yes.
wooden nickels.
Yeah, which they don't take anymore.
I have 15 of them.
My prop, I think I'm gonna give you 2. Okay. This one is like so raunchy, but I like it.
I like that you use the word raunchy.
Pacheco over 3.5 yards on the first rush.
Yeah,
Plus
that's
100.
a.
I like it, and which means I'm gonna lose. But and then I like the Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown at plus 125.
The first half.
Yes,
Right.
first half.
I like that. Nice.
Okay, long shot. Okay, I can have some fun here. My long shot to have some fun, because I do have Kyle Juszczyk first TD, and I'm probably going to take him anytime TD now because it just makes sense, right?
Right.
But to have some fun, because if he scores a first TD, the sweat for Kyle Juszczyk 2 TDs.
It's gonna be
just
too much.
So much fun.
You're not even gonna eat. You're just gonna stand there at the TV during commercials. Not
Is
even
the white
blinking.
guy in?
Not even blinking.
The other one, yeah, like
No, the other white guy.
So like that's my fun little
So 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
And that's
I
at
mean,
what?
like-
15. What is it?
plus 15,000.
15.
But his first touchdown is 55-1. His anytime touchdown is plus 750.
So let's say you tell me, hey, throw $5 at.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
What would you win back? $5 first touchdown score. You win what? $50.
No, 5 times 55 is you would win. I was told there'd be no math.
I don't do well with it. So if he's at plus, I just don't remember what you said.
He's plus 50. You win 275.
Damn. So $5. You can win $278 if he's the first touchdown.
Yes.
Now if he gets 2.
Yeah. So. Oh jeez.
Sorry. We went to Adams High School.
No,
Not known
well,
for
this
its
is
math.
totally different. No. So hold on.
You win $1.9 million.
It's basically I have it.
I just don't remember what the number was.
So I have. It's plus 15,000, which in turn,
$750.
if you'd put 5, yes.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah. So
So I mean, if you got the money in there, if you're signing up for any of these,
yeah, these like I actually used one of my bonus bets for the Pacheco first TD. That was the chalk,
I think I used mine both on just the daily boost. So I got the boost and the bet 365. I was like, all right, I'll do 10 here, 10 here.
Yeah, well, you have some fun, but
Right.
if you are a new customer or whatever, you can use it. But
Yeah, so that's where I would go. Like I said, you can still have fun with like any QB. Like Andy Reid is funky. He allows his players to do their own plays.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I found this on ESPN Bet, and I'm sure it's on other books, but like lineman to score a TD, those are
That's
like
huge.
which is plus 6,000, and then any QB to score a receiving TD, which you want to correlate with any QB to record a catch, which is 30 to 1. At the very least, if they record a catch, you're fine.
Yeah.
But then you double up, or not
If
double.
they
You
get-
actually,
if
it's
you get
plus 7,500 if they actually get the touchdown. So if they actually catch a touchdown, you're getting it plus 3,000 plus the 7,500.
Nice.
So those are fun little
Yeah.
tongue darts.
Oh yeah. No, but I get it. Well, no, I mean that's cool stuff. That's why I kind of wanted you to kind of break down. some
No,
of
it's the
some
best
of
time of the
gambling
year.
stuff.
It's bittersweet, right? Because it's the Super Bowl, and then that Monday it's no more football.
Yeah, like me, look, I've already in my gambling apps. Every year I do when I do terrible in fantasy, which I lost all of them, so didn't even make third place in any of them. So I did that bad. Usually when I do bad in fantasy, I do well in gambling. So,
There you go. It never correlates.
Which I end up winning way more than winning.
Well,
if you're in a
exactly.
10-man league, doesn't matter what. At the end of the year, if you're first place, all right, you get $97. You're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? But yeah, so I took out all of my. I already put my original investment, $100 in 3 apps. Okay, this year was 4 because I put 5 and then got.
Oh, gotcha,
ESPN.
gotcha.
So, but took out several times, taking out winnings. So I'm
Yeah.
good. So now I'm like basically it's free money. So I want to just kind of
Exactly.
I'm gonna make some dumb, crazy picks. 'Cause I
Yeah,
just-
you could if you have the time, I just dive in and I just go down.
That's what I'm gonna do. In the morning, I'm gonna hit me up. Nice little Einstein bagels, coffee,
There you go.
and their chorizo burrito. And
Wait,
just
what's going on with that?
yeah, it's a chorizo burrito. It's really good. It's a breakfast burrito. I don't think I like 15% off DoorDash. I'm a DoorDasher. I'm always looking for discounts. So
I would never have guessed.
I'm like $15. You bring me coffee. I think
A chorizo burrito.
It's a burrito, like a chorizo. It has like these 2 big chorizos. It's good. It's got like a little jalapeno sauce in there too. Yeah,
God
pretty-
damn.
I would never Einstein bagel would never think to order a wrap, but I was like, why is this thing like it's breakfast burrito rated so well? I love it. But I'm gonna dive into my freaking.
Head on one tomorrow morning.
Yes, they're pretty fire. You get on DoorDash, they're. I don't know what the price is there, but I'm all about the. If it washes out, the discount washes out the tip. That's free food.
Yeah, you're 100%.
That's how I look at it. And then when they pull up, I rob them. I attack them.
Do you?
Dude, I had a butt crack Jenkins last year. This dude was trying his hardest to pull his pants up. He was doing it so long on my Ring camera. I was like, I have to clip part of this. Like he got to the point where he's like, what? And then of course I think first rule DoorDash is don't put the food in front of a screen door that opens out.
Oh yeah.
So like I walk up and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, no.
But dude, this dude just putting the food down, just ass crack all the way. Like he had a crack from like here.
No way.
I had to wipe like this.
Oh,
and I was just, it's right in front of my ring. I'm like, is this dude doing it on purpose? Do I know this guy? He's like, when I put the food here, he's like, just right in front of my Ring doorbell, just all over the place. I can put it online and show you, well, there's a good morning. I was like hungover Sunday morning. I think I got like breakfast Taco Bell. Fucking hungover shit. I'm like, who's the ass crack on my ring?
Or did you order it and not realize it?
I've done that. Dude, I did. I went to bed at Craig's house after a fantasy party. I got hammered as hell. Going downstairs to sleep in his place, order Taco Bell to be delivered to my house, then go to bed. I pull up my house the next morning, I go, what is on my board? I'm like, I look at the receipt, 2:26 a.m., what the? I literally ate pizza there around that time. At some point, my drunk brain goes, Kyle, you're going to need food. Better order to your house. Don't remember any of it.
You had a good breakfast then.
No, it was like delivered like at like 2 a.m. or something. I got here at like 9.
It wasn't like you didn't have the. Was it in the winter? So you didn't have a permit like. A
regardless, it was one of those. I was so hungover, even if it was good, I just had to eat it real quick.
Fair.
I was like, what is on my porch? But that's alcohol, folks.
So what are you doing for the Super Bowl?
I do like it's kind of anime porn.
Yeah.
I sketch myself, and then we're going to our buddy Matt. He has every year has it. So we go, like, he's got like a little downstairs area, him and his chick, and they have like a little bar area and like a TV room. So
Sweet.
Cool. We get in food fights, and then people leave angry.
Chuck wings and each other.
Yeah, it's mostly those cherry tomatoes, boy. You can
fling them.
Yeah,
They skip on water, man.
My buddy Brad's wife Allison popped me in the whole face. Like, it didn't mean a part of face. Like, she chucked it from across the room. It was like, boom! Like, by the time it hit me, I was like,
it was like the splatter scene from a movie.
Yeah, I was like, it's just a whole tomato? Was that a whole what? And even the sound it made was like a, just like, you know when you hit somebody with a snowball in the face, you hear it just, yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, no, it's the best time of the year, but it's, like I said, it's bittersweet because, it's over for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I'm going to do some gambling on March Madness.
I do that. That's where I'm at.
But I don't know anything. I just fucking, it's college basketball. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You could be the smartest person in the world.
No, bet the dogs.
That's why there's never been a perfect bracket.
No, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is. But
no, that one is fun. But like, yeah, it is a good breather. Don't get me wrong. It is a good breather. It's just like, well, shit. It went so quick.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we were just, like, last July when we were doing previews, like, was like yesterday, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then also,
it's February.
Dude, like, literally, like, at the same in our league, when I had fab budget left, I was like, the season's over. I was like, what the hell?
You don't get it back.
Didn't even know. I'm like, I totally forgot I even had money left. Like, a season happened so quick.
We do have. I mean, that is good that we joined a dynasty league. So
yeah, we'll need to talk separate about that.
Yeah,
I was in one dynasty league and I didn't know they were doing off-season drafting.
I've never done it. I mean, I've always wanted to do it, and I mean, like I said, we'll have to talk. But I'm excited about it because, like, I've always wanted to do it.
Because you get to keep the same. Like, you get to just like.
You have 40 roster spots.
Yeah,
so it's like running your own team. Where or not that you don't redraft, but like, hey, I suck. You're great. Hey, give me your first round draft pick, and I'll give you Deebo Samuel because like he doesn't help me right now, or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're trying to win, so like, the dynamics of the league are so different. Like, I don't even know like what like the draft because. Well, to start up, you have a vet draft, and then
that's like no. So you would just
so that's everyone that's playing right now,
right? Because the rookie draft is like
yes. So then you have the NFL draft. Now you could have the rookie draft prior, but like that's a risk because like landing spots and draft capital are everything, right?
Yeah,
so,
and
like,
if somebody changes or
like Caleb Williams because it's a super flex. Caleb Williams going 101 is, but so then typically you do the vet draft whenever before the NFL draft, and you can even trade during then. To be fair, if you wanted to.
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember I did it one time. I traded I set myself for the next year, but then I didn't know they were doing. I was like, wait, what's going on? Oh yeah, we're already. You can pick up and drop players all year. I'm like, wait, hold on, what's happening right now? Like we're.
Oh yeah, it's your own, man.
But yeah, I didn't know. I was just
for it. But and then after the draft, we'll do the rookie draft in like May.
No.
But yeah, it'll be fun.
Shit. We'll want to get close to that figured out. But well, shit. Well, hey, I'm glad we kind of went over some stuff.
Fun.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what I want. I want to kind of just a quick understanding. Because people always ask me questions like, I don't know that much about gambling. I'm like, look, it might sound like I don't know it. I just do what this guy said and it makes sense. But to kind of break it down, and also because people, people are throwing money.
Everyone is watching it. There's billions of dollars going on it.
Might as well have yours in there too.
Exactly, and like have some fun with it. Like, your expectations should be to win money, but understand, like, that's why, like, taking the fun stuff makes it fun, right?
If I wouldn't have bet that dink, I would have. That's the only bet. All of my bets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I went both ways last year, everything, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, then I go, dink.
Well,
like, yeah.
Do you remember Peyton Manning and the Broncos?
Yep.
When they played the Seahawks.
Oh yeah.
The opening play was a safety.
You bet that?
No.
Oh, I was like, wait.
If I did, I wouldn't be sitting on your couch right now.
I was like, wait. How would you even bet?
You can. You can
well,
bet.
Then was gambling even out?
No. Well, I mean, you could.
Apps.
But like, if you look at the first drive, you can bet like opening play to be a safety or a turnover. Yeah. Imagine what that paid out. I'm not saying I bet it, but imagine what that paid out. Because he hiked it over the guy's head.
Well, shit. What about when we watched the Eagles? When they,
Or Devin Hester. So right now,
Oh,
the kickoff to return touchdown is 65-1.
of course, because nobody's going to do it.
Here's an interesting one, and I'm almost close to taking the other line, but I haven't. The opening kickoff to be a touchback or not?
100% chance. 100% chance.
It's plus 230 not to be.
100% chance. I mean,
If it weren't in a dome,
when's the last kickoff that was returned? I guess no, you can't look at that because there might be some teams at the end of the year that you don't.
or
care.
you need to look into the kicker stats.
And also, you need to look at like what teams actually kick. If you have a team that wasn't going to make the playoffs, just hey, here's extra players, go have some fun. But
like, what if they have some weird special team strategy that they've seen?
I'm
not going to take it. I agree with you. You're
but
right.
that'd be defense special teams.
You're
first touchdown.
100% right.
You could pick defense special teams first touchdown though
That's a good one too.
to risk your because then you can say hey, if
What are they? That's a good one to look at. Like a pick six.
yeah, 'cause I mean if because it's defense or special.
I'm already
teams.
invested, but like
Yeah, I mean I think right because if they run it back,
49er. Oh shit, 49ers are 30-1. The Chiefs are 35. That's good odds because sometimes you get defenses at like 20-1.
because I mean you get a fumble recovery back, you get a kickoff return, you get a punt return.
What about
because the first touchdown could be a punt return? That'd still be a special teams
anytime for the Niners is 6-1. Anytime for the Chiefs is 650. Now another prop I might take, and it's minus money, but you might be able to find it plus money or not a lot. You won't have to pay a lot of vig. Over half interception for Brock Purdy. You can get it like minus 10, minus 120. Javarius Ward. Yeah, he's a corner. And L'Jarius Sneed.
Yes.
It's the all
Jack
Peel team.
Yeah, Jack Squarius Montarius.
Mm-hmm. Quattro.
Yeah, it's just construction noise.
Yes.
Well, shit, hey, this is the first ever Superb Owl Super Bowl
Superb Owl
edition of the KQ show, so I'm glad we got to talk about some cool shit.
It was a lot of fun.
For everybody listening, if you want to make money, gamble. There's no downside to gambling.
No,
They
no
give you
addiction,
none.
no 1-800 line.
Your wife will be so happy you're spending money.
Just
Trust
do
me.
it. You will do great.
Listen to a guy that doesn't have wife or kids. Spend all your money on whatever you want. There'll never be a downside. KQ show.
Yep.